Hello. Today is a very busy day because I have a lot of to-dos, and we're gonna run through our to-dos together for today and do some body doubling, some collaging, some cutting out, because I feel like that would be a lot of fun. And I wanted to show you some of the collages I've been making recently and also kind of figure out how I want to spend today. So firstly, I'm pretty hungry, so I should eat something. But before we do that, I have a few things on my to-do list that I kind of have to sort through. So I have to look through my work emails, look through my personal emails, look through all of my credit card accounts, my mail, my benefits for my job, and the other stuff is more fun. So I figure, why not start with the fun stuff? I got my newspaper yesterday, and I haven't really gotten through my newspapers yet. So I feel like doing a body doubling collage moment would be pretty fun, and we could just talk, and it could help me get through this newspaper. First things first, I would love to show you a couple of my most recent collages that I made that I'm pretty proud of. So the way I go about this really is I read the paper, and usually whatever words pop out to me the most, whatever images pop out to me, I cut it out and I save it for later, and I make a pile of stuff. And then when I have like a good pile of stuff, then at night before I go to bed, I've been in this routine of just making a collage, and it's been a lot of fun. And it's kind of just cool seeing what kind of stuff I come up with based on all the images. So this is one of them. I don't know if you can see it too well, but I like this a lot. A lot of the words that pop up here: exploring, creating, quotes, AI, that sort of thing. This is the second one I made. Oh, I like this one a lot. Can you see it? Do you like it? Mm-hmm. And yeah, okay. Oh boy, okay, let's get into this. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a great time. We're gonna do some reading, do some newspaper stuff, and it's gonna be fun. First though, I gotta see what I'm doing. I've been having a really fun few days. Oh, I got this extra insert for my planner with just a calendar, so I can keep track of stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I just gotta do a lot of admin work, and I'm gonna reward myself with playing some video games later. Okay. So firstly, we have this brochure here, this like playbill. I went to see the Nutcracker with one of my friends. It was really fun. I like the Nutcracker a lot. It was cool. It was a ballet, and I had a good time going. And we had lunch, and it was really cool and fun. So I don't want to save this because it's going to be a lot of clutter. So I'm going to cut out the pictures I like. And so far, I like this picture of this Nutcracker. So I'm going to come out. That's going to be our first little souvenir thing. I can't believe it's almost January 1st, 2026. It's kind of insane how fast the year went by. I feel like I've learned so much. I went through so much. So much happened this year. Good, not so great. Everything kind of balanced itself out. I was talking to a few of my friends yesterday, and I was trying to figure out like what I wanted my intentions to be for next year. And I was reflecting on what my intentions were for this year. And for this year, I think I remember my intentions had a lot to do with being healthy, feeling healthy, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and also just healing and peace and joy and really working on myself. And this year has been so heavily productive and heavily focused on working on myself. And I almost feel like I went through like some sort of boot camp where I just ran through all of the stuff that I wanted to work on. And I did it. I worked on it. And I made so much progress. I did so much great work that, yeah, I was really proud of myself. And I feel like I ended the year really strong and regulated, and I learned a lot. And I think for next year, my intention is to continue feeling secure and adopting and maintaining a very secure state of being and attracting relationships and attracting situations and experiences from a place of security. I think I want to keep that going for next year. I like the word freedom. And yeah, and then also just to have fun. I just want to have fun and travel more, hopefully, and just have a good time. And then the rest, I kind of just want it to surprise me. So this year was so jam-packed. Oh my god, it was such an emotional roller coaster. I can't really tell you. I was put through the ringer this year. Oh man, I have so much empathy for myself. But it was good, you know. Find is a good word. I like this word. It's cool seeing what kind of words you're drawn to when you do something like collaging. Because I feel like everyone's drawn to different words and quotes. The play was so much fun. Oh, Jacob Elordi. Oh man. Yeah. That's pretty much. Oh, you're a little baby. I want this cheetah. I feel like in a past life it was probably like a cheetah or something. I feel like having physical media though is so cool because I feel like ever since I started doing all this, I've been feeling so much more grounded and like level-headed in a way that I've never felt before. Like I feel like I'm able to just like, my brain is able to just breathe and I'm more present and I could slow down and I don't feel all crazy inside and I'm just on my phone a lot less. And yeah, I just feel really nice. So I wanna keep leaning into that sort of feeling. Ooh, I like this flower. I just really love talking about my hobbies. I think I was reflecting on like what sort of videos I wanted to make and how I wanted to exist on social media. And I haven't really been too much on Instagram recently. I've been sort of trying to figure out what I want to do because I feel like I made a list of all the things that made me happy. And one of the things that made me really happy was just talking and talking about all the things I love, all the things I'm interested in. And I know a lot of information about like the brain, self-help stuff, the mind, shadow work, anxiety, you name it. I've been through it. I know a lot about it, but I don't feel full inside talking about it. I kind of feel like whenever I talk about like self-help stuff and growth stuff, it's not that it brings me down, but it kind of takes me back to those places of like where I wasn't doing so great. So I'm trying to find more like this, things I can talk about that make me like kind of lift me up. I think that's a good word, because I want to feel lifted up when I make stuff. And then also like obviously if anyone resonates with something that I say, that'll be pretty nice. But I kind of want to stray away from, I'll show you this. I want to stray away from making stuff just for the sake of trying too hard to help other people. Like I want it to feel fun for me. I'm done with this. And talking about hobbies and things I love makes me just really happy. So doing something like this is like really like making me feel really nice. Okay. So I already went through like a lot of the newspaper. Usually the way I go about reading a newspaper is I kind of just look at what stands out to me and I ignore all the boring parts. So this is kind of just an ad. Chatbots. Human nature. That's a nice word. It's good. I just like the feeling of this newspaper. It just feels really nice. Like human nature. That's a nice word. I don't like anything else. What are we talking about? AI tools are designed to respond as people do, but some experts object. I feel like I'm one of the few people in the world who is kind of into AI. I'm kind of more of an optimist. I feel like creativity, like human creativity, you can't really like replace it. Like AI can try, but at the end of the day, like human creativity is so special. And I feel like people don't really have much to worry about. Like, yes, it can like emulate certain things, but there's always going to be a special sauce of just people making stuff that I don't think AI can ever replace. So I'm not really too worried about AI. Obviously, I'm like talking from a place of like it's not directly affecting me, but I do feel for the people who maybe have lost jobs. All disclaimers I think about, but I'm an optimist. I try to hope for the best. And I kind of like the idea of having like a little robot assistant. Economy growth 4.3%. You might even say that Saturday morning cartoons. Wait, I love this. Okay, I've been yearning for Sunday newspaper comics. I wish there was a subscription where I can just subscribe to a comic newspaper where you're just filled with comic strips. Like, I wish that would exist, because that's just really what I'm yearning for. So I ended up just buying a bunch of comic books a few days ago of like the Peanuts, Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and also Calvin and Hobbes, which is one of my favorite comics, to give me back that feeling of comic books. Calvin and Hobbes is like one of my favorite comic book series. It's just really awesome. So I'm excited to get that. But we have to bring back Sunday comics, because it was just so fun. So I like that a lot. I like the word new, or maybe just journey. It's also cool because like when you collect words, it's kind of like very intuitive. So then you're collaging intuitively with maybe words that resonate with you, and it kind of gives you insight on where your headspace is at too. Fun stuff. When it's time to give up the fight, telling your kids the bank of mom and dad is closed. Supporting grown children can hurt parent security. A mission to find the next old thing to make new. Design stuff. Designers are so cool. Also, you know what? Actually, I was thinking about recently. Recently, I've been getting a lot of compliments on my sense of style, which I don't really think about. But I've been getting really gassed up because I like to dress up for like work and stuff. But like, I feel like the way I dress is just kind of like my personal brand and just like things I like and things that feel nice and things I feel comfortable in. And I've always thought like the concept of like someone being into fashion is just weird because I feel like fashion concerns everyone. Like this kind of reminds me of the movie Devil Wears Prada, where I think the boss lady, she was telling Anna Hathaway, she was like, oh, like everyone likes fashion. Like if you put clothes on your body, you like fashion. If you care about the things you wear, fashion concerns you. And that's why I've like obviously like I like fashion, but I think everyone likes fashion. Like if you care about the stuff you put on your body. And I feel like fashion isn't something that's like a thing. I feel like it's one of those things that everyone is into or should care about because it just makes you feel good. And I think the journey of finding your personal style, your personal brand, and expressing yourself through clothing in a way that feels right to you is just really special, and I think is important for everyone to do. So I think I got the question a while ago, like someone was like, oh, do you have like a capsule collection? Do you like, where do you shop and all that stuff? And I mean, I was flattered, but I feel like, yeah, I think I want more people to kind of put more effort into like trying to understand like their own personal brand, their own personal style. Because I just want it to be more, I don't feel like it's talked enough that like fashion is like an everyone thing, you know? Like it's not like this person's into fashion, this person's not into fashion. I'm kind of more like, if you care about the clothes on your body, like you should care about finding, you know, your own personal capsule and like what feels right. And like just look into like the shapes you like, the forms that feel nice, the silhouettes that you're drawn to, the textures, the materials. Do you like denim? Do you like corduroy? Do you like, I feel like everyone has like different textures they like, different colors. Like there's no rule, like it's all like fun and play. And like sometimes I wake up and the thought of putting on something and like makes me feel excited to get ready and dress and like putting on makeup. And I think that people should just feel that excitement because it makes stuff just more exciting. But that was kind of my rant about that. I'm actually really hungry, so I'm gonna take a pause on this and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so my lovely sister is gonna make me food, so I don't have to worry about that. So it seems like all of this is really just talking about like AI stuff, which is kind of cool, but I don't really feel like reading about AI because I feel like I'm pretty knowledgeable about AI. I like this word soul though, so I'm gonna cut this out. It says soul dog. I want to find more images I like, but I don't really, all these people. Okay. Yeah, I don't really care about, I already know a lot about the ghost of a life. Yeah, I don't really care about this stuff. Jobs, drawing, experience. I feel like I have so many words already. Okay. I went through this one. Done. This is a Sunday paper. More AI stuff. The Sunday Opinion. Searching for hope. Ooh, I love that. We're gonna cut this one out. Searching for hope. I feel like all of this year I've just been holding on to hope. Oh, you know what I thought I had in the middle of the night? So last night I kind of had a mini crash out. We're not gonna get into that crash out because you don't gotta know about that one. But just know we were crashing out last night. Anyways, but within the midst of my crash out, I I was like thinking about how we all sort of make narratives about everything in our life. And I was wondering to myself, like, does everyone make a narrative about everything? You know, like whenever you are processing what something is in life, everyone, like, we try to find a narrative about it. Or like, I don't want to say put something in a box, but like you try to make sense of things. So like you form a narrative. And I feel like the narratives that we form about different things sort of dictate how we show up and experience that thing, you know, whether it be people or experiences or anything. Like the narrative that you form about that thing guides how you interact with it. So I feel like if I was like thinking like, what if I just stopped forming narratives about things or to make sense of it? Like what if I met people and I just didn't form a narrative about like how I was going to interact or like what that was with that person? What if I just went into it without a narrative, just letting the experience and that person exist and fully allowing it to unfold without any sort of story or narrative of what it is. Does that make sense? And I thought that was insanely trippy because I was thinking to myself, like, I can't even imagine interacting with everyone in my life without a narrative. Like, whether I be interacting with, like, my mom, my family, my friends, like, every single person in my life, I interact with them with some form of narrative about our, like, us to guide me in how I'm gonna act or interact with each person. And I can't really imagine what it would be like to just get rid of those narratives. Like I feel like it almost makes my mind feel safer having those narratives because it helps me, like it kind of gives me a framework or a path, and I just feel safer that way. So I don't know, it was just like an interesting thought that I was thinking about in the middle of the night, mid crash out. And yeah, we all have sort of narratives that we follow, which I think makes our mind feel really safe. So hope has been a major theme also in my life. The YouTube effect. YouTube, I love YouTube. I don't gotta read about it. For Friday, yeah, I'm not really big on like commentary. I feel like I don't really care. Like for commentary, I'll just go on TikTok, I guess. I feel like I mostly want to. Should I care? Like, do you think I should read? Like, I don't feel like reading all of this. Like, I feel like there's so many words. Like, it feels like it would. It looks pretty interesting. Like, I am interested in YouTube, but I don't care to read about it. The Trump resistance is getting stronger. Sure, let's celebrate. Essays. I like essays, but I don't feel like reading about it. Reflections on life. I love that, but I don't feel like reading about it. Is that kind of bad? I don't know. Oh, paint by number. Yeah, I'm not really. But isn't that kind of crazy? Like the narratives you form guide how you interact with stuff. Like I rely on my narratives to guide me. Like my narratives fully guide my choices. So it's kind of crazy. of these pictures, the year millennials got old. Maybe almost 30. I think part of like my thoughts on like narratives was me thinking about how I'm gonna turn 30 next month, and I actively feel my brain changing. Like I feel my brain chemistry changing, and sometimes I feel myself looking at things differently. I feel all these new ways of seeing things entering my orbit, and it feels weird. I don't really know what to make of it. I feel like I'm filtering out and like looking at all the different ways I could look at life and look at things and look at everything. A recent thing that I realized is I like the idea of, well, actually, I'm not going to get too much into that one. But I've been looking at things a lot differently. And yeah, it's weird. Turning 30 feels weird. I'm going to have to watch 30-something vlogs. I feel great. I feel like the older I'm getting, like the better I feel, which is awesome. But I'm also noticing people are very much set in their ways the older I get. But I'm trying to like not live that narrative. Like I want to be cautious of the narratives I'm putting out there. So the year in pictures. But yeah, I want to have more fun. I want to go to more concerts. I want to go to more music stuff. None of this is speaking to me. We need pretty pictures. Bring back pretty pictures. Louis Vuitton. That was easy. The New York Times. Ooh, Doge. Oh, I thought it was Dogecoin. I still have Dogecoin. Distant States fear, Russian fire. Shorty, shorty. Life is so fun. I feel like I love living in my own world. I think what I'm realizing recently, and I was also thinking about this last night, is I love my world. Like I feel like I've spent so many years curating my world and my safe spaces and the things that make me happy, that I feel like whenever I feel weird or anxious, I can fall back on that sort of thing. Yeah. I just feel very grateful for all the work I've been putting into myself and all that. I feel like it's helped me form like a foundation that I can always fall back on, which feels really awesome. Dude, I'm so hungry. This hurts my ass. I like wearing this because I feel like an intellectual, but it hurts my ass. So I'm gonna just like accept that I have perfect vision. Sketches that show the soul of New York City. I don't really like any of these drawings. Ooh, fire. You know what I'm noticing? Like, I'm drawn to violence, which is insane because I'm such a peaceful person. But I think I read a book once that was like, you're typically drawn to the things that are the total opposite of you. I tend to be drawn to fire and violence and the afterlife and the darker things that's out there. I just think it's quirky. So let's see what else I'm drawn to. Anything fun? Social media causing worry, all this fear-mongering. Where's the positive news? And the things right here. We need you. Oh, I don't want to be needed. I don't want to be needed. Oh. I just feel really grateful for how I am, because I feel like I have a really solid foundation of what I want and what I'm looking for and what I want out of all of this sort of stuff. Even though I don't really know how it's gonna all pan out, I kind of trust myself, which is nice. So a lot of the things that I've come to terms with this year is I don't want to be needed. I don't want to be needed. I don't want to feel like people need me. I just want to chill, exist, and just be here and just vibe. I don't want anyone to need me. I just want to be around before this. Oh, this is pretty. I like this painting. Ripped it. Good part of the vibe, though. Pretty. Put you here. Okay. Oh, man. I was thinking of making a DJ mix, but I don't know. I was feeling sort of inspired these past couple weeks to make like a DJ mix of like Afro beats and stuff. But I don't know. I have to like think about it. But maybe a mix might be coming out soon. Deadly Inferno. Oh man. I like the word Deadly Inferno. I'm wondering if like the reason I'm so drawn to like this sort of stuff is maybe because so many parts of me are like being reborn and phasing out and unlearning and learning, and it's kind of maybe symbolic of the phoenix rising from the ashes sort of thing, because I feel like I've been through a lot of rebirths definitely this year, unlearning and learning of stuff. Is it bad that I don't really care for any of this? It's just funny that my intention of getting a newspaper was like to be more informed. But right now, all I care about is finding stuff to make a collage. Politics. The weather. Stuff. Death, I guess. Yeah, you're always ready to protect me about the reflex. I like this quote. I'm trying my hardest just to survive this. Ooh, that's actually really sad. We need like a hope core section of like hope news, hopeful. I feel like people would like that. Just like a section of just like good news. I'm surprised the New York Times hasn't considered it. Can you blame me for listening? Sports, boring. 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 Whoa. I feel feel like the obituary section is like one of the most interesting sections. Anna Barstow, Carol, Susan, Charlotte, Edward, Michael, Phyllis. How do they find out about this stuff? An artist. She died on December 20th after 6 years of battling lung cancer. Charlotte died on the 21st. She was the daughter of Henry Ford II. She was a socialite. So famous people. He was an artist. A scientific research assistant. With deep sorrow. He was a physicist. An educator. She died peacefully. I've been meeting a lot of people who are atheists recently, and I find those people so interesting. Because I feel like the idea of not believing in like an afterlife kind of sucks. Because I'm like, where's the whimsy, you know? Like I feel like believing in something is kind of like part of the whole fun. Okay. 1 second. Anyway, 20 more minutes on the timer, and I'm going to take a break from collaging. I'm going to save this part. This is like stuff I actually kind of want to look into and read a little bit, because it's like commentary about things that I feel like I actually want to read about. So I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to do a little bit of admin work on my laptop together while we wait on eating stuff. And honestly, the body doubling thing really does help me get through things, because I feel like in a way, it sort of holds me accountable because I'm kind of like doing stuff with other people. I'm excited for next year, though. I have a good feeling. About next year. I feel like I'm going to have fun. I feel like, yeah, I have a really good feeling about next year. I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm excited to see how everything unfolds and all that sort of stuff. I feel like this year was really me kind of finding my footing and building a really solid foundation that will now carry me into next year. So then I just could find my footing as I'm having fun and living my life more out of my comfort zone next year. I think this year I did a really good job at like just finding safety within myself. So I'm excited to see how that will manifest and continue to grow next year as I continue hopefully having new experiences and stuff. I'm just honestly emptying out my inbox. I have so much news. Okay, so to end off this video, I thought it'd be fun to read some of my goals that I made at the end of 2023 and for the beginning of 2024. And then also 2025, because I found my Notion for the past few years. I forgot I have this. So I'm going to read you December 23rd, 2023. This year was jam-packed, to say the least. It's kind of crazy. Well, actually, I'm not going to read it. It's kind of personal. But I think my goal for 2024 was to explore my fashion, wear clothes that make me feel excited and authentic, and they just have more fun with clothing. That was a big intention for 2024, which I did. I built a wardrobe that I love and be more healthy. Let's see what else. Let's fast forward all the way to affirmations for December 30th, 2024, which was exactly 1 year ago from today. I think I made a list of all the things I wanted to celebrate that I achieved last year, which was facing fears, facing intrusive thoughts, regulating my emotions, learning to be more kind to myself, notice my judgments without shame, holding kindness and forgiving myself. I think last year was when I really started gentle parenting myself for the first time and introducing a healthy, positive dialogue with myself, listening to my intuition, new mindsets, giving myself choices, courage, healing perfectionism, all that good stuff. And I don't think I don't see that I made goals for 2024, which is interesting. But yeah, let me see what my earliest one is. This is cute. So in 2023, I wrote my first ever Notion journal. It says, "Hi journal, today was a great day. Last night I woke up in the middle of the night and had an amazing dialogue with all different versions of myself. We spoke and it was very amazing and emotional. I talked about all the different parts of myself and try to see eye to eye and become more aware and supportive. I'm learning how to have better dialogue with myself. I've been having a lot of dreams, more empathy for myself. And yeah, it just feels really nice. I think it's just really cool looking back at like stuff that I've written and seeing how far I've come. I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty sweet. So that's always really fun. I won't read too much, but that was a really good little thing that I had. So so many emails. So many emails. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think not much else to talk about. We just wanted to get through this newspaper, which I did for the most part. And I think I'm just gonna keep looking at my emails for today, try to get some stuff done. I don't think I'm gonna get all of my to-dos done. I might save some work stuff for tomorrow. I got a new video game for my Switch, so I want to play more games today. I should read those books, but I don't feel like it. And that's pretty much it. I wish I could talk more about my crash out from last night, but I want to respect my inner child, so I won't do that. Just know that good work was done last night. I made great progress. I had to block someone on social media that I didn't want to block. Not because I was angry, not because I felt hatred. Not for any bad reason. I just did it because emotionally it was just too tough to have that person on my social media. So I think it was good. It was worth it. And I figure, you know what? If someone's meant to be in my life, then me blocking them isn't going to change that. So I'm letting go. I'm still getting better at letting going, and I'm excited for the future and a lot of things. So I'll leave you with that. I hope you have a wonderful new year, and I hope 2026 brings you everything you could dream of and more. And maybe if not all, then maybe even like a little portion of it. So I hope you have a great day, and maybe I'll see you next year.